There's a lot of families in our community that when you say, hey, we're shifting to a digital curriculum, they're out. You know, they don't have the resources to participate in that. I'm very proud of the fact that the city has chosen to use some of its Federal CARES Act money to assist school districts so that our elementary school kids all have the devices that they're going to need to participate in school and hopefully go back to school as soon as they can.
Well, I mean, we talk about the achievement gap and the digital divide, and we're just trying to bridge both of those. We want to make sure that students are connected to their teachers so that they, feel involved and engaged during this pandemic when, we're apart. And without those computers and those devices, it's really hard to reach them. So we definitely want to make sure that those students have that.
This partnership, it's a huge deal to me. It feels like our kids are being watched over. The fact that we can provide all those kids with something so that they can continue their learning even in a time like this, it's amazing and a little bit overwhelming just how awesome it is.
Our primary goal is to get our kids back in school and learning and as normal as possible as soon as it is safe to do so. And that's why the access to the devices is so very important. And that's how we continue this connection to our students and keep the tradition of public schooling alive and well.
Well, we were a non-essential, so we had to shut down we were shut down for about 5 weeks. When you're closed for 5 weeks, you can't pay the bills very well when you're closed for 5 weeks. Fortunately, we saw on the news that Mesa had some money and available, and so we applied for the grant, and we were fortunate enough to get it.
Well, during this time, it's very trying for our businesses, especially small businesses that don't have that conglomerate of money from corporate. And so anytime small businesses can get some funding, whether federally or otherwise, it's a huge help for them. They still have rent, they still have electric and utilities and payroll and things like that they have to meet. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to be in business very long. So CARES dollars, I think, go a long way to help our small businesses thrive in Mesa.
Rent, it helped with telephone, utilities, and quite honestly, it's helping us pay our employees too. Oh, it's a game changer. We don't know that we'd still be open without it, to be perfectly honest.
The Mesa Cares Technical Assistance Program is a free program with one-on-one business coaching, training, and technical assistance services to Mesa-based businesses. Do you need help in signage, accounting, web design, just to name a few? We are offering free webinars, small group meetings, or one-on-one phone calls to help your business. Apply at mesaaz.gov/CaresBizTechAssist. All Mesa-based small businesses affected by COVID-19 are eligible for the program. Home-based Mesa businesses are also encouraged to apply. Need help completing the application? Call 480-644-CARE between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity to get the help your business needs. Apply today.
We're here, of course, to recognize the efforts of a gentleman who actually activated the 911 system to potentially save a life. The victim of a recent car crash in Mesa was rescued thanks to the quick actions of SRP substation troubleman John Boyle. John was performing a line patrol inspection at about Power and Warner Roads on Monday, July 6th.
And as I was using my binoculars to look down the power lines, both east and west, I thought I saw some movement in this car accident. And part of this movement was, I actually thought it was a windshield wiper. And I saw the windshield wiper move again. I saw a little bit of damage to the canal. I paid a lot more attention to this car accident scene. And when I saw an arm or movement in the vehicle, That's when I called 911.
Do you know who is injured or how many people are injured?
No idea. He's down in the ravine, man. This is like so crazy.
Now, we're already on the way. If anything changes before we get there, definitely give us a call back, okay? But we're going to be there pretty quickly.
Perfect. To help identify where the scene is, I am in a marked SRP single cab vehicle on top of the canal.
Stand by one for me, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to be there soon, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
And I approached the vehicle and administered first aid at that point. And what I found was a single occupant, semi-unconscious. There was a little bit of movement, and I made introduction to him and let him know that help's on the way.
You know, we see tragedy every day in our city from incidents that occur, but it's folks like you that make the difference in terms of taking action when you see something and take the time needed to get us there to the call. You truly, truly made a difference in saving a life.
What you've done can inspire people all around you, whether it's your family, your coworkers, the rest of the community, anybody who's watching right now, is when you see something, say something. When you find something that looks out of place, you know, take the time to call and let the professionals go and deal with it. And you showed that.
So I want to start by saying thank you. And it's one of the reasons Mesa is such a great place to live. Not only does the system work, but we have citizens who care. We've got people walking around the city paying attention to other things than just their lives. And when they make phone calls like this, it allows our police and our fire to then go and help individuals. John, none of that help happens without you. SRP is a great partner with the city of Mesa. We appreciate that relationship, but we really appreciate the fact that you took the time to make a difference because you helped save a life, and we couldn't be happier. So thank you very much on behalf of the city.
At SRP, we exist to serve our customers and are stewards of the community. We take the health and safety of our community very seriously. And the actions that you took that day exhibit our values. And so we're extremely proud of you. You do a great job, John. You always have. And, so thank you.
We've worked together for a long time, and he's always been very thorough and detailed in all he does. So thank you, John.
John, great job. I appreciate all that you do, and you represent SRP very well. Thank you.
All right, John, the other day I understand we had a certificate that we got over to you.
Yes, I have it right here, Forrest.
All right, thank you.
I can't read it because it's facing the camera, but.
And would you have like to give us a closing statement, sir?
I'm just really proud of the training that I've had to provide situational awareness, public safety, the stewardship of some of the job roles that I have, both as a person, an employee, a community member. I'd like to thank all the parties involved, the city of Mesa, and such a proud city that they are, and the company that I work for, SRP, that I appreciate that recognition.
It's been such a blessing for us. Some days we don't even get food. You're just hustling and bustling with all the patients, so it's honestly just put a smile on our face.
It does mean a lot because we feel almost alone because we are independent living. There are other essential employees out there that, you know, risk being exposed every day and come to work and take care of our elderly residents who are the most vulnerable and are at most risk to contract this virus.
It's been a real treat for my staff. They've been working so hard, and nobody goes out to get anything different. They're all taking precautions. So to come in and have this beautiful lunch prepared is just so wonderful. The food has been outstanding.
Ever since the pandemic kind of hit, I kind of since I've had the opportunity to feed people.
To do acts like this that are so generous and make people recognize and feel supported in the community.
And to know we're not forgotten, and to also find out through this that I have another resource that I can call is truly outstanding.
I'd just like to thank Mesa for stepping up and doing cool things like this and helping out their community. It really shows that they care about the people.
The community response throughout this pandemic has really been very heartwarming and very fun to see. Typically, we've been at events like this where there's long lines of cars and they pump their brakes and we fill their trunks with food. We got the opposite going on today, where cars are showing up and they're contributing food. That's because we have a shortage of non-perishable food right now at the food banks. We appreciate the way that the community is responding to that need, and we're having multiple canned food drives, non-perishable food drives throughout the city over the next few weeks.
Hi, I'm Ranger Wyatt with the City of Mesa Park Rangers. I just want to let you know some do's and don'ts when you bring your dogs to the parks. First do that we have is have your dog on a leash unless they're in the fenced area of the dog parks. Second, pick up after your dog. No excuses. Bring a baggie just in case. Not all parks have doggy baggies. Third, visit the dog parks. Countryside Quail Run, and coming soon, Eastmark. Fourth, bring water for your dog. Fifth, have fun. The parks are here for your enjoyment. Just be courteous and a responsible pet owner. Now moving on to the don'ts. Don't leave your dog unattended or unleashed. Don't leave behind your dog's mess. Your dog equals your mess. Don't let your dogs get into fights or become aggressive. A responsible pet owner always keeps an eye on their dogs. This includes once they're free inside the dog park. Don't take your dog onto the playground or any play structure of the park. Remember, dogs have bare feet, so don't let them walk on hot asphalt on hot days for too long. And please remember these do's and don'ts when you bring your dogs to the park.
As you know, the city and the entire community has worked hard to revitalize the downtown area. And we want to make sure that momentum doesn't fade in these difficult times. And one of the strengths of our community in Mesa is the ability to join together and to create ideas and events that keep us going. So the city has joined forces with Visit Mesa, the Downtown Mesa Association, and our businesses and arts institutions to create some exciting events to inspire us, to bring us together, and support our downtown.
So Councilmember Duff kind of convened a whole bunch of people to talk about how to activate downtown, and realized that there was a need for the businesses to, one, get some patrons and just to get some new energy and new life built in, and then also